This is an instructional video on how to do the branching tree lab. You are going to be making a branching tree which shows how different species are related to one another. This is a very complicated one which has many different branches going off different ways, showing everything from plants to humans and how they supposedly all came from the same tree. You're going to be making one that's a little bit less complicated. You're going to be using the skulls that I have out on the table to make a branching tree. Now before you make this tree, you need to look at different aspects of the skulls. First of all, I want you to be looking at things like the eyeballs. Look to see where the eyeballs are located. Are they on the side of the skull? Are they situated towards the front of the skull? Are they on the top of the skull? Look at those kinds of features as well. You should also be looking at features like the teeth. Notice how these teeth on this animal are very pointed, and there's not much there other than for ripping and tearing. This is because this is a carnivore. So look at those teeth. Compare it to this animal. This animal has teeth which I will refer to as grinders because that's what it does. It grinds up its food before it eats it. This would be an herbivore, a plant eater. Obviously, this is not one where you rip up and chew up meat. This is something you grind like plants. You want to look at the front of the teeth. Obviously, these come from a rodent. But the other thing I want you to notice is this. Look at where the eyeballs are. They're on the very top of the head. This is because this rodent, besides being a rodent, also swims, and you want to have the eyes at the top. Hint, hint. Now, how are you going to make this? You're going to start, first of all, with some common ancestor down here, and you literally are going to write a question mark because we don't know what the common ancestor is. Then you are going to make branches of your tree. Will it look like this? I don't know. But if you think that two skulls are very common or have a lot in common or are closely related, you're going to put them close together on your tree. Each skull has a number on it. Maybe you think skull number 9 and skull number 3 are closely related. Then you'll put them together. Maybe you think skull number 5 is all by itself and there's nothing else that's similar to that. You'll put something like this. Maybe you think skulls number 4 and number 2 are related. So maybe you put something like this. Maybe you think 3 is similar to 2, but not exactly. Maybe they have something like this. You can do that as well. You will not be doing this, however. You're not going to be making a branching tree with 4 and then maybe 6 and then 3 off on that. That would mean that 3 came from 4. Well, that's not what happened. These are all modern animals, so no matter what you make, it's going to be at the ends of the branches are going to be these modern animals. Down here you'll have some common ancestor. What that is, we don't know. But you'll all start with a question mark down here. I also want you to keep in mind that these skulls are extremely delicate and can break easily. You are going to find lots of them where the teeth are loose or bones are coming apart or parts of the internals are starting to get loose. Don't make them worse by roughhousing these things. You must treat them as if they were made of glass. Be very, very careful with these. And lastly, when you're done, I want you to write one paragraph telling me why you put them where you did. One paragraph. By the way, that's 5 to 7 sentences. I think you can do that. If, for example, you had something like this, and you put 9 and 3 here, and you put 7 here. Well, why did you put 3 and 7 together? Why did you put 9 all by itself? Maybe you have 2 and 5 here. Why did you put them together? What features were you looking at? Tell me what you're looking at and tell me the features that you use to develop your branching tree. If you have any other questions, you can let me know.